Hi, how's everybody doing today? We're here with A Brave New World, part two of the movie that we're doing a review on. Some Christian fellows doing a review on it, and I'm breaking down the Freemason and the witchcraft that's actually going on in this book. And it's if you read this book, which I highly recommend everybody read these types of things. It's the only way you know exactly what's going on. To get an idea of how scripted this dude's life is, Aldous Huxley. The guy was born July 26, 1894, which is no big deal, right? But he was born in Godalming, UK. Godalming, and UK. Then he dies November 22nd, 1963, right? In LA County, the city of Los Angeles, the city of angels. So everything that he's born to write about the technology of the fallen angels, and this is what you actually have in these books. H.G. Wells, George Orwell. These aren't even, George Orwell is not his real name, okay? They're Ashkenazi Jews. They're part of a bigger picture. And they had, look, if he was to write a book like this in the 1930s about witchcraft and stuff like that, people would be appalled. But somehow, not only is he allowed to write about things that don't even exist yet, no one says, where the fuck did you get the idea for this, man? There is no such a thing right now. Because the radio was only invented in, I think, the 1800s by some fucking Italian dude. And won a Nobel Prize with, I think he shared it with Fernando something. I have to look up on it, but the guy shared a Nobel Prize for inventing the radio. And then you're talking 20, 30 years ago, before this book was written, allegedly. Because his great-grandfather is Thomas Huxley, the scientist and philosopher. This family is loaded with money, okay? If you trace the money, you trace the background, you all connect to bloodlines. And they're not bloodlines of Abraham. They're fallen angels, and they get this knowledge on books or material to write. Galileo, all these people are Freemasons, every one of them, and that's just an organization to get up to gather people that are intelligent so they can be part of this world order. Which, dude, H.G. Wells wrote a book called The New World Order back in the day. Blatant in your face. Okay. So let's take a listen.
Right now, and I'd been, familiar with kind of the basic premise and a lot of the elements of this futuristic depiction, such as just the pretty obvious themes of a technocratic society that's fueled by pharmaceuticals and, cradle to grave programming and rigidly enforced social classes and all of these kinds of things, but I hadn't really ever read the story or seen any depiction of it. So watching it now, I kind of wasn't expecting to be so jarred by the things that jumped out as being the most disturbing, or kind of the more subtle things, I suppose. As I'm sure plenty of you already know, in Brave New World, it depicts a future where sex and sensuality is used as part of the control mechanism, and promiscuity is actually not just encouraged but enforced by law, basically. And so sleeping with a different partner every night is considered just as much of a civic duty as rolling up your sleeve is considered part of your civic duty to many people today. And so everyone's sexual activity is tracked and traced in order to prevent them from being with the same person too many times in 1 month, and to prevent anyone from developing a strong bond with any one particular person. Everyone is said to belong to everyone else, so the saying goes. So no one has to be alone. And that facet alone makes for a pretty terrifying prospect of a future indeed. But the whole enforced system of Borg-like sexuality...
The one thing that he's not speaking about, and throughout just watching this now, the one-eyed symbolism, the triangles behind them, the one-eyed symbolism behind them, the cross, all this stuff, these symbolisms that are in this movie, the guy just holding his mouth, that means silence. Like I say, the whole entire book and then the movie is just a minor thing that they're doing. And as a Christian, you should have discernment. I'm not criticizing them. It's not easy for everybody to see these things. But once you do get opened up to what kind of symbolisms are going on with these people and the communication system they have is so complex, you understand that everything that you see in movies that are allowed on television is predetermined, and it's getting you ready to be something like this. And 30 years ago, if somebody was to tell me that the internet and AI and stuff like this was going to happen, and have all this stuff that's going on, we would literally, like my generation, would be like, look, dude, we can't even figure out how to fix a road, But with the fallen angel technology, that speeds up civilization. And if you notice, if you take an hourglass and you use your phone or anything like that, like a true hourglass, you'll see that time is sped up. They speed the time up on the clocks, a minute here, a minute there, and all of a sudden, because they're trying to fuck with time. The main purpose of these people doing this is two things. One, they don't want you to know who you are. They don't want you to have no connections with nature or God. That's it right there. And two, they erase history so you don't know who you really are. And that's the main problem everybody's having in this world, is that they don't know who they are, they don't know where they're going, and they don't know where they come from. And it's been a philosophical question for centuries. But these people erase history. We just saw them take down Andrew Jackson statues and things of that nature. So, I don't know what to say. It's other than the fact that you just got to wake up and just not comply to none of this shit. So let's watch more.
It's not even possible still without the all-important use of the drug soma, which it's used as a form of mind control and almost kind of more of a currency even.
And that's the witchcraft. The soma. The soma is the pharmaceutical drug that every person takes to stay in this utopia society and to feel a certain way, and that's to be apathetic and promiscuous, and that's Crowley shit. Aleister Crowley wrote about all this. Do as you will. That's what these people are doing. Except
it's like a recreational drug at certain doses, but also a crowd control method or a euthanizing agent in higher doses. And so soma is the central weapon that is employed by the totalitarian state painted by Huxley.
It's more than a weapon. It's actually witchcraft, like I say. And, he's a Christian, and he should call that stuff out. That he's, the pharmacies they're using it's just to put people under a spell. And that's what it is. They take away their emotions and stuff. And that's what happens to this dude, John Savage. He comes in there and totally disrupts their whole harmonic situation with reality of him living on an island and quoting Shakespeare throughout the book. But you asked me why I do a review on this and what's so important about it. One, nobody else on YouTube is telling you the same things I'm telling you. And everybody on YouTube that's a true channel is asking you to support them, to super chats, live streams, buy their books and stuff. Sorry about that. My friend's living with me right now.
Of soma.
Sorry, the devil and the demons are trying to keep me from making this video. Every time I start talking, my roommate's screaming and whistling in the room. So that's what goes on. When you start putting the truth out there, the demons come through people to try to stop you from putting truth out there. That's what it is. These people are possessed. And they don't even realize it. Because like I was saying before, I don't ask for the money. I'm giving you truth. And this movie right here, if you go on Rumble, you can watch it for free. And YouTube ain't going to let you see too much, The stuff is your whole entire life is controlled by these types of things. And you're just, nobody knows, myself included. So the only way is to resist, don't let them put shit in your body that's going to make you not human. And I mean like brain chips and things of that nature, like surgical things. I would avoid all that because without any kind of pain or any kind of, parts of life and nature, you become apathetic and you actually don't know exactly what joy and happiness is truly about because you're only seeing parts of it through pharmaceutical, and witchcraft. That's what it is, witchcraft. So we'll do some more later. Hopefully I can have a little bit more time where I can talk to you guys about this and ladies and stuff because it's important. And as I said, if you go on Rumble, you can find this. I read the book a couple times, like I said. It's Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. And, it's important because you have to read these things to know what you're fighting against. Okay? People just click on videos and stuff, and then you're taking people's word for what's going on. You have to look into things yourself. And if you're not able to do that or willing to do that, you're only going to get a little bit of what's going on. And then when stuff really breaks down, you're not going to know what to do because you've only been given half truths, like this fellow John Savage in this book. And just remember, you are perfect in every way. God made you imperfect, and you are a beautiful person, and God loves you, and so do I.